Tell us about Ask Polly, for those who may not know.
Oh, okay.
So let's see. Polly is an advice column for people who, I would say it kind of started out as like I pitched it to the All very casually when I was in a lull. I've had a kind of strange, bizarre kind of writing career that's kind of had to shift gears many times. Mm-hmm. So at the beginning of my career, it was during the .com boom, and I was a cartoonist.
Oh, how cool.
But
my father's a cartoonist.
I worked, who is?
My father's an illustrator. He's a
Oh,
cartoonist. Yeah.
Nice. I worked with an illustrator, but I wrote the
you wrote
characters.
The
yeah,
okay.
I didn't draw.
Got it.
And that was for suck.com, which was one of the first online magazines, actually.
Very cool.
And then I wrote for Salon for 7 years. I was their TV critic. And then I wrote cultural essays and book reviews for a while. And then right around the time that I basically didn't have any kind of steady column, I pitched Ask Polly to the All because I was like, what can I do that doesn't include having to read something, having to watch something on TV, like where I'm just inventing everything from scratch. And so I was like, oh, people could write to me and I'll be kind of like tough love, mean, obnoxious.
But what the hell qualifies you to give people advice?
Nothing. I have no qualifications.
Do you ever feel like a sense of like, who the hell, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
who am I to say?
Yeah.
I kind of went through a phase. Yes, I mean, that's the overriding feeling of writing my column for sure.
Right.
I do select letters pretty carefully based on where I am and what I have sort of a lot of good intuitive movement around. But I would say that I've learned a lot from writing the column.
About yourself.
Yeah. I mean, when I started out, I wrote a lot about dumping boyfriends. Like, all I really knew was how to dump a boyfriend. And then I sort of got into like how to feel your feelings more.
Right.
And then it became sort of like how to stop beating yourself up over everything, because it was almost like I had to monitor my own progress constantly in order to have content and to have advice to give. And there's something about giving people advice that makes you very aware of what you have going on. Like, you have to show up and be this strange, perverse sort of non-expert and lay yourself bare. And I mean, there's a little bit of me in every column. So yeah, I've sort of evolved through writing the column. I like it when people are blind to themselves.
Yeah.
In ways that I can kind of bust in
and be like, hey,
be a little bit of a dick about it. I mean, it's hard not to kind of
satisfying.
Yeah. I mean, but it's also, I think that probably the best combination is like when you can kind of start out a little rough and then kind of making it sound a little sexual.
Yeah. No.
Oops. Hey. But it's sort of like you I mean, I like to start with a blast of like, hey, wait, and then it's sort of like you move into a place of like, but I understand. I mean, I never really pick a letter that I don't relate to at some level.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
There's some level of desperation or need or longing. Like recently there was one about this woman who moved off grid with an emotionally unavailable man. Have you read that one?
No, but yikes.